Hello everyone, my name is Adu and this is Ready Go Expat. So since the beginning of 2020, I have noticed an increase in the number of ads for online English teachers. I know this is not something new, but it has definitely increased in the last couple of years. As an English teacher myself, I have many friends who have made the shift to online teaching in 2020. I met two YouTubers, Ollie and Art, and today I invited them to share their experience teaching online, what are the requirements to teach online, what is the pay like, and what is a typical lesson like. Ready? Go. So Ollie is here to talk about his experience working with Wales English. Ollie works in Bolivia, but he also works online remotely for this Chinese school teaching kids called Wales English. So Ollie, can you talk a bit about the school and what are your hours like in working for Wales English?
Sure, yeah. So the school teaches kids from, I think the youngest they do is 2 years old, 2 years old and up. But most of the kids are aged between 4 and 9, and they teach 7 days a week. I only work 6 days a week, which is good. And they require you to work 8 Beijing peak hour slot times, which are from 7 till 9 Beijing time. Thankfully for me, it's in the morning here in Bolivia with a 12-hour difference. So it's possible for me to work all of those times for the school. And yeah, there's two students in each class, so it gives a lot of peer-to-peer interaction. Yeah.
That's not two students. That's good actually. I thought there was like groups of 6 to 8. No, two students is that's great. And you said Beijing peak hours, 7 to 9 p.m. From what I checked, my research of like online schools in China, that's basically like most of them. It's around 7 to 9 p.m. on weekdays, and then weekends, morning at like 9 to 9, like let's
Yeah,
say.
9 to 9 on weekends.
What about the requirements? I know you left the referral. I've left the referral code here, so you can click on Ollie's referral code below. But someone who's thinking about teaching online, what are the requirements to become an English teacher for Wales English?
Yeah, so the first thing you need is a bachelor's degree in any field. You need to have a TEFL certificate, and I think you can get them for online quite easily. You need to have a passport and be a native speaker from either the States, Canada, South Africa, excuse me, New Zealand, or Australia. So they are quite strict about the passport requirement. Um, so you need that as well. And you need to have a little bit of teaching experience, but don't let that, if you don't have teaching experience, don't let that deter you.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, the passport thing. It's. I mean, for my research, I think I looked in like 20 jobs, and 10 require the passport from the countries you mentioned. The other 10 said no, you just need to have like good level of English, prove that you have a high level of English certificate or something. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Would you how would you describe your normal lessons? So are they 25-minute, 40-minute lessons, and what do you do in the classes? You just speak, or you do use that poster there behind you?
Yeah, sometimes I use the posters here to like say, "Oh, look at the fruit and vegetable." There are 25-minute classes, and they are for phonics. So we practice the sounds of English. They're for the real beginners, the 3-year-olds. I have a class of 2 3-year-old girls, which is quite a challenge, but it's good fun. And then the other classes are actually 50 minutes long, which is a long time. And basically, they set you up like the classes are designed where at the start of the lesson, you'll maybe watch a video and then you'll talk about the video and then you'll learn some phonics, like CVC words. And then that sets you up to read a story. They basically teach English through a story. So you'll read the story and then we'll talk about the pictures and then we'll encourage students to ask each other questions. And then we'll finish by retelling the story and a sum up, maybe a game or something like that.
Do you have any help from like a Chinese assistant or no?
No, not in these classes. No, I have help from their parents though.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, they're watching and they're quite curious to learn, to find out what's going on in the classes. But no, it's just me and the two students in the class, and it's really good fun. The kids get to know each other, they get to interact because I get them to talk to each other.
yeah, as you said, like two students, you have more time to like, give attention to both of them. And I watched your video on your channel, YouTube channel, talking about your routine. And I saw that after the classes, sometimes you have to like mark their homework, right? So can you tell just a bit about that? What kind of homework do you have and how do you do that? How much time do you spend correcting?
Sure, absolutely. They've actually reduced the amount of homework since I made that video. However, my students still submit it, and I still mark it just because they've made the effort to take it, like to do the homework and take a photo and upload it. So they'll upload a PDF, they'll upload a photo onto the portal that we have. It's normally one page per student, and it takes about less than a minute to mark their homework. I just do a little tick, give a star and say, awesome job. Or if there's an error, I'll correct the error and give them some advice. Yeah, and I close that, re-upload it, and I'm done within 2 minutes of marking each homework. And like, I think I have like 30 students. But it only takes me that not all of them submit it, and it doesn't take very long to mark. I would say give yourself 15 minutes after class and you're done.
Oh, well, that's good. That's not too bad. What would you say is the wages like? How much would a teacher thinking about teaching online, how much would he expect to get from online jobs in China?
Sure, absolutely. So they start trial classes are $18 flat rate, and that won't change. And you'll start if you join Wales, you'll start off as a trial class teacher, which is good because you get used to how things are done, and you might get some regular students from that. And once you do the regular class training, you can earn between $18 and $26 an hour. I think it's reasonable to think that you're going to be earning between 19 and 22, especially now with like the pandemic and everything that's going on. I think maybe like 19 or $20 is reasonable there, and it fluctuates depending on how many classes you have. Like I've had months where I've earned, like when I first started, I earned $300 because I didn't have many classes. And then like the last couple of months, I've earned $1,500. So it can fluctuate. It also depends how available you are. I think you can earn $2,000 if you make yourself available for 7 days a week. That's easy.
That's really, really good. And especially you say 7 days a week, and especially on weekends, peak hours. Like I know that's like a lot of students sign up for classes on weekends. And the last thing I want to ask is, do you have any, tips for someone who's thinking about getting a job online?
Absolutely. Type in the company you're looking for on YouTube. People make videos about these companies all the time. They go through the pros and the cons, but just be careful because it's their opinion as well. Do your research and find a company that fits for you, because although they all do the same thing, they teach English, they have different policies around leave, around how classes are allocated, how many hours you have to work. Can you take a day off here and there? So do your research. And I would recommend joining a Facebook group and using someone's referral link. I think mine's in the using someone's referral link, because they can give you advice and they can help you answer any questions that you may have during the process.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Yeah. Make sure you check your contract. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Is your contract like monthly, every 6 months, yearly?
Yeah, I have a yearly contract.
All right.
So again, that's why you need to do your research, because
Yes.
some companies just do contracts for 3 months, and that might suit your lifestyle better. Others do it for a year. I chose Wales because a year is quite stable, and I'm allowed two-week vacations every 6 months. So when I move to Brazil, I'm taking 2 weeks off. So I think that's quite good. But if you see yourself as someone who likes to hop countries and travel a lot, maybe Wales isn't for you. Maybe you want something a little bit more flexible. Again, and do your research on that.
That's true. That's true. Thank you very much, Ollie. Thank you for your comments about Wales English. And guys, his referral link is below. If you have also any questions, you can check Ollie's YouTube channel. You can ask him questions there. Leave in the comments, and he'll help you, explain more about working for Wales English. Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you.